It's 33 Love Child right here on your Classic Metal Show doing a Marshall Tucker Band cover with Can't You See.
Yeah, pal.
All right. Now, one of our CMS fans, Pat Daniel, sent over a article geared directly toward you, Mr. Aiken.
All right, bring it on.
You are a former military veteran, or are a military veteran, former military guy.
Mm-hmm.
He felt that this would get you maybe a little riled up.
Okay, let's hear it.
The United States Marine Corps lowers officer standards.
Yeah. Okay.
Because gender equality is more important than winning wars, and why not?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, it's not as if the U.S. Armed Forces have been defending the nation or its borders for the last 60 years. The Marine Corps has made a major change to its infantry officer course.
All right.
The first big challenge for many was a test of physical fitness.
Mm-hmm.
If you passed, you moved on. If you didn't, you washed out.
Right, sure.
The test was especially difficult for women who had to meet the same standards as men. Not anymore.
No.
The infantry officer course now uses the physical fitness test as an exercise and not a pass or fail requirement. Officials with the...
Oh, so you don't have to pass?
No, it's just an exercise.
Then how the fuck can you be ready? I hope the enemy's going to just fucking slow down too. I hope when they're out there actually doing something on the battlefield, they can say, wait a minute, I'm not trained for that, so don't do that to me. What kind of fucking logic is that?
Well, we got to be equal and fair.
To who? Oh, all right. Go ahead.
Officials with the Marine Corps Training and Education Command told Military.com that Marine Corps Commandant General Robert Neller had made a decision in November to transform the test from a high-stakes hurdle to an assessment from which students can drop without risking their place in the course.
Wow. I can't fathom that the Marines are down with this. This is just embarrassing. We're becoming, even in our places of pride, an embarrassment. You're going to cave in the standards of being a Marine? That's like an honor to wear the fucking, and I'm not even a Marine. I mean, I'm an Army guy. But as an Army guy, I certainly understand that making it through your training to become a Marine, that is an achievement. That is like some hardcore fucking, it's the hardest core of the basic trainings to get through. And now this is what, their infantry corps, which is supposed to be harder than just everybody else. But now you don't have to fucking meet criteria. Fuck that. That's fucking lame.
Neller approved modification to the IOC program of instruction to better tie student evaluation and graduation requirements to published infantry training and readiness manuals, military occupational specialty-specific performance standards, and operating force requirements.
Okay.
As a student evaluation and graduation requirements gravitate toward female-friendly subjective homework and classroom attendance standards rather than the objective physical standards, we can expect women to increasingly not only complete the infantry officer course, but excel in it. So if you show...
Yeah, but if you ever go into fucking battle, they're going to be fucking murdered.
Yeah, well, they showed up to class every day.
Yeah, I'm sure the enemy will fucking not shoot at them because of it.
Stop it. I got perfect attendance. What are you doing?
I know what the book says. Don't fucking shoot me. Don't hit me with an IED. Yeah. Now, wait, do the guys still have to pass a physical test?
It does not indicate that one way or the other.
The guys better not have to pass a physical test either. Should be a bunch of fat fucks like me in the military at this point. I mean, holy fuck! If there's no reason for a fucking fitness standard, just put anybody out there. Anybody can catch a fucking bullet. I guess that's all we need, right? Somebody to catch the bullets. The fuck!
Yep.
This is ridiculous.
So anyway, not only will women complete the infantry officer course, but they will excel in it, which over time will lead to the consequences explained by Martin van Creveld. As Martin van Creveld, the Israeli military historian, has noted, the more women enter any professional field, the more men leave it. And as the men depart, so do the prestige and the economic rewards provided by the field.
Yeah, I agree with that fully.
This creates a vicious cycle that both expels existing men from the field while repelling new men from entering it.
Yeah, why would you join? If there's no achievement the military is about achievement, and Jackal could call in on this because he served as well. The military is about achieving. You don't go in the military to be one of the crowd. I don't care who it is. I know there are a lot of people that are one in the crowd, but everybody in the military, except for the few slackers in every unit, is trying to achieve better, to be faster, to be stronger. You know, when you're in basic training, all you want, if the guy next to you can do 100 push-ups in 2 minutes, your only goal is going to be to do 102. If the guy next to you can run the 2 miles in 13 minutes, then your only goal is to run it in 12. You're always in achieve status. Always. When you get to your regular duty, you get to your fucking regular duty station, you know, you look at what the last guy did in your job, and then you want to pass him. And then you want to be in charge of people. And then you want to get promoted. Everything's about achievement. If they're taking that out of the military, I wouldn't even fucking serve. That's not fucking the military. That's just a job.
That's what he just said, that, you know, the more that they do this, the less people want to be involved.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I wouldn't serve in this. That's not serving. If you don't have to prove your worth, then why be in it? Why take the risk of being shot at if the person next to you is no help to you if a fucking real battle breaks out? Fuck that. That's retarded. No way would I do this. No fucking way.
If the universities can be considered a reliable model, we're about 3 decades away from a majority female Marine Corps. No wonder China is content to patiently wait for its opportunity. This marks the second step in the end of the USMC's historical prestige. Even current female Marine officers understand this. Changing this rite of passage will be doing female Marines no favors in trying to be infantry officers. Marine Second Lieutenant Emma Stoken, a Marine Corps intelligence officer, wrote, "Female Marines often have to work much harder than their peers to earn the same respect, and entering the infantry under the dark cloud of even perceived lower standards will make this a practically impossible challenge and potentially cause real harm to a unit cohesion and the faith between leader and the led." Just like what you said, if you're depending on that dickhead next to you to have your back.
Well, and there's no if about it in battle. If you're in battle, if you're in wartime, if you're in an operation, there's no if about it. You are relying on the guy next to you to be ready, to be battle ready. And part of battle ready is certainly the physical part of it. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to go to, when I went to Qatar, I wouldn't have wanted to be fucking over there and then rolling into Iraq with some fucking fat piece of shit that looks like I do now. Fuck that. That's a formula for him to get shot and me to get shot with him because I don't have anybody suppressing fire. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. They're just going to get people killed to fucking be politically correct.
Right.
Where's your boy? Where is Trump passing this?
No, this was changed by one of the higher commanders in the Marine Corps.
Well, where's fucking DT to say, fuck that, pal?
I don't know.
Get your ass out on the battlefield and run.
Yeah.
Shit, this is fucking lame.
Permitting women to join the Marine Corps was the first mistake. Unqualified Marine officers are the second one, but the empire is in decline, and so these events are not remotely surprising. There will be more unnecessary mistakes in the future, and they will be more and more disastrous until the empire unexpectedly crumbles for no reason at all.
Mm-hmm. I don't doubt that. I have a friend, I won't say who, because he may or may not still be in the military. But I have a friend. He's an E9, which is in the Army. He's a command sergeant major, and he was in a group that I was in on Facebook, and a bunch of us were bitching about something similar to this. That today's military won't put up with whatever. And he was quick to point out how it is such a fucking pussified field now. That everything is not like the old days. Dude, in the old days, in my day, which is apparently the old days at this point, if we'd have said, I can't do that, or I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to fucking try to do that, we would have gotten destroyed. We would have been, I can remember a time that I was doing push-ups, and the deal was we were on a big fucking hill, and they lined us up in twos, and every time they would give us 30 seconds to do as many push-ups as we could, and whoever didn't do the push-ups had to get into like what we called a spider crawl, which is kind of dick up in the air, and then you're on your like hands and your feet, and we had to climb the fucking hill. Climb the hill up and down in this spider crawl, just because we did, 30 seconds, you could probably knock out 40 fucking push-ups. But if the guy next to you did 41, you're fucking being punished. That was the way it was. And then you come back down, and guess what? You're next in line for the next guy that is rested because you fucking were a pussy. So there was no way this would have been accepted when I was in the service. And now it's just part of this. This is... What an embarrassment for the Marines.
Right.
And I'm sure it's not only the Marines. I'm sure this story is only the Marines. I would bet you anything that similar policy is being military wide. Don't you think?
You would think.
This is sad. This is just sad. And it's going to get a lot of fucking young kids killed. In the end, it's going to get a lot of young kids killed. That's fucking bullshit.